Hello and welcome back to another video. Today we're creating this Fortnite Season 3 header. Like always, I create a themed header for every new Fortnite season. This one came out a little bit late because I was on vacation, but I got help from Noxis, a French graphic designer that is going to do the first part of the tutorial, and then I'm going to finish it. And you know the drill, if this video gets 1,000 likes, I will release the PSD for this header. But yeah, before we start, I want to thank Max for supporting this video. Like you know, I have been using his Lightroom for a while now, and I think it's just amazing. So you can get 20% off if you use the code EdwardDZN. Yeah, and let's get right into this video.
Hello YouTube, it's Noxis. I'm a French graphic designer, so my English is not perfect. I hope you will forgive me. Today I'm going to show you how to create a Fortnite Season 3 header with Edward. Before starting the header, I advise you to recopy the settings to have the best dimension and the best resolution. When it's done, we'll start by taking a picture of the sky. So we're going to type sky background on Google. And we will look for an image with a high resolution and a beautiful blue sky with some clouds. This one could be good, but the one below is better, yeah, it's good. So I'm going to download it and we are going to place it. It's good, I downloaded it. We will be able to use it, so we will place it to have a beautiful sky on the top part of the header. You can of course match parts of different sky to have a unique background. To do this, use the layer mask. Once you have a beautiful sky, we will be able to start adding water. To do this one, we'll start by taking a picture of water like this and placing it on the bottom of the header. So, maybe like that, yeah, like that, it's very cool I think. When you have placed the water, you will take a Fortnite landscape from Season 3 where there is water. It is very important that there is water. We are going to enlarge it and place it for the two water are the same level. When that is done, we will put the water in the foreground and we will delicately erase a small part of water. We do that to see the water of the landscape. It will be at this place that we will place the skins. Once it will be done, we will cut the image of the Fortnite landscape. We do this because I want a Fortnite landscape with the same sky as the image in the background. Well, now it's pretty cool, yeah, but now we're going to take care of the color. So we're going to go to Filter and Camera Raw Filter. When you open your page, we will see the image on which we will perform our color correction. So if we press on the bottom right on the small Y, so that you can see your image on the left before color correction and on the right the image after color correction. You can zoom in and zoom out with a left click. On the right we have a lot of adjustments. We have the temperature, the tint, exposure, the contrast, the light, shadows, white, black, texture, clarity, the eyes, vibrance and saturation. For all these settings, it really depends on the basic image you have and the universe, the atmosphere you want it to give. The adjustments I'm doing now are not necessarily the best and they would not to be suitable for all image, so be careful with your choice and do a few things that you like. Well, I think with these settings it looks pretty cool. We can see the difference on the left and the right, though I think I can stay with these adjustments, it's cool. We can see that after this color correction, the water in the landscape now has a much closer color than the water in the foreground, so it's pretty cool. I'm just going to cut out the part of the sky that I forgot. Now the first part of the background is finalized and it looks pretty good. Now we are going to place the skin, so for the skin I have made myself a 3D render of two skins with Blender. Blender is a free 3D software. These are the ocean skin and the Aquaman skin. Now we're going to place the skin, so we're going to put them between the Fortnite landscape and the water in the foreground to give visions that are ultimately in the water. And of course, we will little bit zoom and little lean them to give more dynamics. Now the skin are placed, we will be able to perform a color correction, so we will return to filter and camera raw filter. Now the page is open, it's like before, so we don't forget to click on the little Y at the bottom right to see the difference between before color correction and after color correction, and for the settings you make what you want. You can see the difference of the color correction between before and after. Yeah, now it's perfect. Now double click on the skin layer to be able to add some adjustments. We will start by putting an in glow in blend mode. We put color lodge to revive the color to make a fairly bright white outline. In opacity we will put 15, in Zine we will put also 15. We will put approximately chalk 1, softer technique range maybe 15, and jitter 0. Press OK. You can see that the skin are much brighter, we have much more vivid color and stand out much more from the background. Now let's try to give the illusion that the character are well in the water. So we will start by cut the surface of the water like that. We will be able to place it in the front of the skin, so in the foreground, and then we will put a color correction on the skin to have a blue effect. An effect as if it were under the water, and then we will just use the mask to be able to hide everything above the water and keep only what is below, and so that we will have a blue part below the water. So we are going to finalize blue effect, and as you can see, we will simply erase the upper part with the mask to have the blue part only underwater, and there you can see that the illusion is quite well done. We'll just erase the water a little bit to better see the skin in the water. We are going to place Fortnite Season 3 shark, so we'll already cut it, and when it's done we can place it. Now that I have cut out the shark, I can place it, so we are going to put it on the right so that its fin protrudes a little bit. And for sharks we also add an inner glowing color lodge with roughly the same settings as we did on the skin. Finally, I'm going to add a splash water effect to the shark's fin on the right to add a little more realism to the shark in the water. I will change its color so that it is more in line with the water already existing in as before. We will go to filter, camera filter to go match color. Well, my part is finished, so I hope you enjoy it. It was a great exercise to speak English during this video, so I hope I was quite understandable despite my fairly low level at English. On this, I leave you with Edward, and thanks you again.
Right, thank you Noxus for doing your part, and as well as the amazing render. So let's try to finish this header. I'm going to start off by just moving around the background a little bit to create like, yeah, a different kind of background. So we're using the same image. I'm just going to duplicate it and, you know, place it here and there. So I'm just going to do it real quickly. Okay, so yeah, something like that will do. The part right here is a little bit messy, but I will put the text there, so it doesn't really matter. If you want, we can make this group. Right, so let's continue with lighting the characters a little bit more. So I'm just going to make a new layer above the skin and right click and make it a clipper mask. Grab a white color with a brush. You can make the brush size a little bit smaller. I'm using Alt and right click on the mouse to make the brush bigger and smaller. So yeah, that's fine. Just paint in the highlights with the white color. I think that looks good. And then just make the layer blending mode overlay. If you think it's too much, you can always decrease the opacity just a little bit. On the same layer, switch to black. I'm going to paint in some shadows, but I think I will drag down the opacity of the brush. Like add some right here, you know, and under the water as well. Right, that looks fine. And one more cool thing that you can do, just make a new layer, make the clip mask. So you can zoom in on their eyes, and we just grab the eye color. Now we can bring out the opacity of the brush, and just paint in on the eye. And it looks kind of weird, but if we make this layer, the blending mode, color dodge, you can see the eye stands out a lot more. And it's just like a cool thing they can do. You can also make it with this dude right here. Make the blending mode color dodge, and we can just decrease the opacity on this one. It looks a bit too intense, but something like that. Perfect. I also want to make another layer. Can now make the brush a bit bigger, and I'm going to grab some purple of her jacket and some like orange color, like that one. Just two like splashes of color, and we're going to make this the blending mode. Let's see, I think linear dodge add. We can just decrease the opacity. No, I think vivid light is a bit better. So yeah, that's pretty much the lighting done for the characters. Let's add some more behind them. So we have just make a new layer behind it, and just the color white. Just paint it in behind, and we can make it the blending mode overlay. So yeah, that looks like pretty clean, if you ask me. I think I'll head to my regular pack and the second version. So just open that. Right, so we're going to head over to some flares. Yeah, flares. I think we're going to drag this one into our document. Right, here we have it. I think I want to drag it above the skins, and I want to put like on this like 3-pointed, what's the word for it? Trident. That's it. Like I think it looks like a little bit, you know, magical. We have some like glow on it. We're going to add another flare that should look like the sun. I think it's which one was it? Yeah, must have been this one. Just add it. I think I'm just going to Control and T, make it a bit bigger. And I think I want to put it like perfect. Just a little bit sun, realistic, you know. Yeah, so I think that's the lighting done, especially around the characters. We'll do some more later on. So yeah, I think I want to work a bit on the water. So yeah, I think this shark especially, I think it's needed more contrast to it. So I'm going to add an adjustment layer, a curves layer, and right click and make the clip mask. To drag down the shadows and up the highlights. You can see it gives it a bit more contrast. Just like that. Perfect. I also like to add some more like shadows and depth to the water. So the water layer right here. Can just make a new layer. Make it a clip mask. And I want to select like a dark blue. Make the brush quite big. I'm going to paint in this like, you know, some shadows like on the edges. Not too much, but yeah, something like that. And we can make this the layer hard light. Perfect. Yeah, I think that is it for now. I think I want to do the text now. So let's head over to Cinema 4D. Right, so here we are in Cinema 4D using the Max Lightroom. I'll have it in the description. And you can use code EdwardDZN to save 20% off your purchase. And I highly recommend it. It's like my favorite Lightroom ever. Yeah, so what I've done here to create this like bubbly, you know, rounded text effect in Cinema 4D. It's really simple. I have a tutorial on how to create text in Cinema 4D, but how to create this like a rounded effect. When you have your mode text, just go to the caps and make sure everything is on fillet cap, and just increase the radius and the steps. So for the radius I have 7 to 9, and it could depend on the font, but the font is quite rounded as well. I'm using the font Bubblegum, also link in the description. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Just use whatever color you want, and then just render it out. And like I said, I have a tutorial on how to create text in Cinema 4D if you're not familiar with the program. Anyways, yeah, use code EdwardDZN to save 20% off this amazing Lightroom. Not gonna lie. So yeah, let's head back over into Photoshop and finish this header. Right, so I'm just going to import my rendered text just like this. Going to make it a bit larger. Just going to put it above everything except the water. Right, but as you can see with the Mesh Lightroom, it comes out a bit boring, but that's what I like, because you can do so much like with the color. So first off, we're going to add a photo filter. Right click, create a clip mask, and drag up the density all the way. Right, make another layer, clip mask, choose a nice orange color, just paint it all in. Make this the layer color dodge. Then we can just decrease the fill till we're happy with the color. I want it quite bright, so something like this. It almost looks like a like a rubber duck. So yeah, I want to make another layer. I'm going to select a blue from the ocean right here, and I want to fill in the part of the text that's under the water. Make it blue. I'm going to make it the blending mode. Let's see if we can find a good one. Like hard light or vivid light. Let's see, we can zoom out. Hard light or vivid light. I almost want to go with vivid light. But yeah, as you can see now, and the shark has become like covered up by the text. So what we're going to do is on the text layer, add a layer mask to it. So this is this icon right here, and with black you can remove it, and with white you can then paint it back in. So like it's like it's like the eraser tool, but not the eraser tool. Yeah, you get it. Then we're just going to select the shark. So press down Ctrl and click on the layer. And now we have selected the shark. So go back to our layer mask on the text with the black color selected. And just paint it in, and you can see the shark is now above the text. We also had some mortar splash. So I just want to make sure that is also above the text. This doesn't really go in, but yeah, I think that's fine. Yeah, so now I just want to add the face text. So just go to our text tool, type out face. Oh, face. And I believe I used the font. Let's see, what font did I use? I think I used Arco I used Arco. I can't say the last part. Then we're going to go to this like T with the rounded base. Yeah, okay. And we're going to set it to flag. And I think I just wanted to give it like a slight, wavy kind of effect. I think I also want to distance just like that. You can make it a little bit bigger if you want to, and put it about right there. So that's about it for the text. I think it's really clean, especially with the 3D text. So yeah, I think I want to add something more to the water because it feels a little bit empty. So I'm going to add a coral reef. So I'm just using this image right here. This one right here. We're just going to use the eraser tool to like remove the top part because it's unnecessary. Yeah, so we're just going to place it as above the water layer. And also make that clip mask to it. You can resize it to your liking. I want it kind of like off to the side a lot. Kind of like that. And you can just like erase this size right here. Perfect, that looks really cool. And so yeah, that's pretty much it. And what you can do is just add some color correction. We can do that now. And boom, there we go. So that's the finished header for Fortnite Season 3. And yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video. And like I said in the beginning, this video gets 1,000 likes. I will drop the PSD for this. And I also want to give a huge shout out to Noxys and Max for the amazing Lightroom, and Noxys for helping me out with the banner. So yeah, but before I go, I just want to say that I will be taking a short break, about a month or so, because I'll be going on vacation, yes, you know, but I'll be back in August, right? So I'll see you then, bye.